Welcome to the latest edition of Career Videos by the Knowledge Academy. Our today's video is about the PMP Risk Management Stepwise Guide. Consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and enabling that bell icon next to it so that you would never miss out on any of the informative content that we put out. So without further ado, let's take a look at the agenda for this video. Initially, we will go through the planning risk management, after which we will see identifying potential risk. Then go on to see analyzing the risk, after which we will see prioritizing the risk. Then we will go on to see the assigning owner to the risk, then responding to the risk, and finally, monitoring controlling would be our final topic. So let's move to our first topic, planning risk management. This process deals with developing a document that describes the details of how risk management will be done. This document will define the responsibilities of the project team to deal with positive and negative risks. It will also include a budget and resources for managing risk, risk tolerance level, identifying and categorizing risk, and implementing risk responses. In addition, this plan will also include the formula to determine the ranking of the risks as high, medium, or low. The more complex the project, the broader the risk management plan would become. Phase 2. Identifying potential risk. Risk identification is crucial, especially when managing large or complicated projects are coming into hand, since it forms the basis for tools like risk matrix and risk assessments methods. You can gather risks during this phase using the techniques outlined in the risk management plan. Several methods for identifying risks include reviewing documents. Careful review of the documents from previous project records like learned lessons, risk register, issue log, and project files. This will help you detect any potential risk in the current project. Information gathering. As mentioned earlier, take the inputs from the project teams and various stakeholders involved in the project. You ask specialists to identify potential risks. This method combines with the Delphi model, anonymous questionnaire, and brainstorming. Compile all these inputs and review them thoroughly. Interview. You can take the help of pre-developed questions to get inputs from busy stakeholders by conducting a single interview with them. Additionally, conduct a careful review of project objectives. Each identified risk is classified on the risk register by several elements such as internal or external triggers, or by categories such as environmental, regulatory, technological, or resources. Phase 3. Analyzing the risk. After identifying the potential risk, you need to analyze these risks using quantitative and qualitative methods. Qualitative and quantitative risks can ascertain how the risk will affect the project schedule and budget. Quantitative risk analysis. The quantitative risk analysis of the risk is mainly performed on a large and complex projects to assign numerical values to the level of risk on a project objective. Quantitative risk analysis gives numerical values to each identified risks using hard data such as cost, operations, and numbers of resources involved. Qualitative risk analysis. Using a relative scale, you can perform qualitative risk analysis by calculating each risk's likelihood and potential impact. This helps determine the priority of resolving the risks. Qualitative analysis is performed for each risk and not the overall project risk. The accuracy of this analysis depends on the knowledge of the individual doing the qualitative risk analysis. For accuracy, project managers should conduct both qualitative and quantitative risk analysis. In addition, the management sets a reserve for managing unidentified risks, usually between 5 to 10%. The project manager needs to get the approval of the management using this reserve. Phase 4. Prioritizing risk. it is essential to access the priorities of the risks to determine what resources you will require to resolve the risk, as complexity of all risks are not the same. You can make a long list of risks to project by classifying them as high, medium, and low. Based on this, you decide when and how to address each risk during the project lifecycle. High-level risks need immediate action as they make or may break your project. Medium-level risks might be essential but will next fail the project. You can set these risks as the next priority after high-level risks. At last, some risks might be crucial but do not need more time to resolve. These are low-level or low-level priority risks. Phase 5. Assigning owner to the risk. The project manager must assign risks to the individual team members to oversee particular risks when listing the risk. This individual has to be more skilled and experienced in the risk management than others in the project team. Phase 6. Responding to the risk. Along with the risk owner, you need to put along together the mitigation strategy for minimizing the impacts of the risk. You will respond to the risks based on the priorities you will have to set for the risks identified. This mitigation plan should describe your actions when these risks occur in the project lifecycle. First, you must determine if the risks are positive or negative, as they will require separate strategies. Positive risks can help the project, whereas adverse risk might hinder the project. Now let us go through some of the negative risk responses. Mitigate. It is to try to decrease the chances of this risk occurring, or if it does, try to reduce its impact. Avoid. Eliminate the risk or its consequences by modifying the project's strategic plan. Transfer. You can transfer this risk to a third party, like to an insurance company. Escalate. Hand over the responsibility of managing this risk to the higher management, and as it is beyond the project manager's capabilities. Finally, accept. You document the risk. Now let us go through the positive risk responses. Enhance. Try to increase the chances of this risk occurring or its impact. Exploit. Working to ensure this opportunity is realized. Share. If one person cannot realize this opportunity, share it with someone else. Escalate. Hand over the responsibility of managing this risk to a higher management as it is beyond the project manager's capability. And finally, accept. You document the risk like in the previous response. Finally, the 7th phase, monitoring and controlling the risk. You have to track the initiative taken against improving or mitigating risks. The project managers must monitor risk to ensure the proper steps are carried out as quickly as possible for most significant impact. Whoever is the risk owner will be in charge of monitoring risk and how it is being resolved. A strategy for monitoring and reporting risk events is a part of the risk management plan. This aids in the project manager in recording lessons learned for potential future risk incidents and evaluating the effectiveness of the risk management plan. Finally, your project's success depends on the risk management plan you develop. So a good plan will help you complete the project on time and within your budget. Take the help of the 7 elements of the risk management process to design a tailored risk management plan for your project. Thank you for watching. Did this video inspire you to advance your career in project management? Then let our industry mentors guide you on your journey to becoming a project management professional. The Knowledge Academy is the world's largest training provider for courses such as the PMP Exam Prep Bootcamp, CAPM Exam Prep Bootcamp, PMI ACP Certification Training, and many more. Visit our website to get details about the courses. Get in touch with our consultants. Inquire now.